you've talked in the past about core belief, and I've been attracted to that.
Have you found it? Have you found yours?
Well, yesterday morning, I feel like I found facets of it.
Okay, yeah.
But getting right down to that core one always...
Yeah, the core is kind of like, there's these beliefs almost like spokes on a wheel. There's all these kind of belief patterns and assumptions and the things that kind of make up your ego structure that you take as valuable. And when you start to get familiar with them, the periphery, the spokes on the wheel, you all start to realize they all sort of have a central theme. When you get to really see them, it's like they're all coming into this central theme, this central warehouse, the hub, in other words. And it's the hub where that core belief, it's the belief that holds all other beliefs intact.
Yeah, at an earlier retreat with you, I got in touch with this part of me that has to know all the time. Has to have answers.
Yes, that's a belief, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have to know.
Right, like it was like a survival strategy.
Yes.
I got in touch with that.
Yes.
So yesterday morning, at the very first morning sitting, I got in touch with this sort of kind of sensation. Again, it was kind of down here. And so the question came to, explore that. Like, what is this? I wanted to open to it more and really, go into it. And so I kept asking that question. And it kept deepening. So then, this phrase, I don't deserve to be here, seemed to...
Again, that one crops up all the time, doesn't it? All over the place. You hear it often.
Yeah.
We've heard it in this retreat. Yeah, I don't deserve to be here.
Right.
And you see, have you seen and felt what that belief produces?
So then another phrase came, which is, I don't belong here.
Yeah, it's just the other. It's just sort of a window onto the same belief, isn't it? Yeah. If I don't deserve to be here, then I certainly don't belong here.
Yeah. So I kept kind of playing with that even after the sitting. And I took a walk down to Arden Point, and this theme, like you said about the spokes of the wheel, I could see how like the knowing thing, having to know, and there were just a number of other sort of ways that. It kind of came down to, sort of a deep fear of people, and feeling like I don't belong, I shouldn't be here, so I gotta fake it.
Yep.
I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
So
people won't
present myself.
Find out that I'm this alien.
Yes. Yeah. Right. They'll discover that I'm some alien. Right. I'm someone who doesn't belong here.
And I'll be destroyed. If I
would say you're getting down to the heart of the matter.
Yeah. So in the last retreat, I mentioned we had this conversation around fear of being crucified. When my heart opens. Because I shared how often what happens in a retreat is kind of what we were talking about a little earlier, There's this loving thing that just kind of opens up on its own.
Yeah.
And then I go out, and at some point that sort of fear that it's going to result in my destruction.
Right. It ties in with the belief structure you're talking about now, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're open, right, but if the underlying belief structure is, I don't deserve to be here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't belong here. Therefore, if I don't deserve to be here and I don't belong to be here and I have to fake it to be here, there's always a threat, right? I might be found out. I'm somewhere where I don't belong. So somebody who believes that there's some place where they don't belong and they are someone who doesn't deserve to be, what do you imagine is going to be the outcome when they feel really open, when they start to really open, they feel really loving, and then they have to re-engage in the world?
Well, I'm scared to death.
Right. More scared even than when the heart was really closed. Right. Because now when the heart's open, you're not hiding, are you?
Yeah. Well, sometimes, it's funny. I mean, sometimes, like, I come into work,
yeah,
and I feel open-hearted,
yeah,
and there isn't, it feels not fearful. It feels wonderfully like I'm connecting with people.
Yeah, that's when your concept is taking a break. Right, it's out to lunch, or, it hasn't gotten triggered, whatever. So sometimes, but we're talking about the underlying thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice when when your underlying belief sort of takes a break. It's lovely.
So what you said last time, when I talked about this fear that I might be crucified, like Jesus, you said, it's possible. It might. You said something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have to open to that too. I guess.
Of course.
The message.
Yeah.
To that, just sort of that fear.
Yes.
That somebody, will haul off and whack me.
Yeah.
Or,
It'll
get in
happen.
my face and say you're.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. It'll happen.
Yeah. Because that's happened before.
It'll happen again. Right? Nobody goes through life pleasing everybody. Yeah. I mean, if Jesus couldn't do it, you think me or you are going to pull it off? Come on. The Son of God couldn't please everybody. And in fact, he upset people so much it got him killed. Me or you, we're not going to please everybody. In that sense, that's what I mean. In that sense, the attempt will be made to crucify you, if only with a thought, an idea, a judgment coming from the outside. But usually the greatest crucifixions happen from the inside. We crucify ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? We do it before everybody else does, and we do it 10 times for every one time it happens outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? We demean ourselves and deny ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
just like Jesus had said to his disciple, right? You'll deny me. What was it? 2 times or 4 times?
3.
3 times, right? Before the crow something. Thank you. Pardon me on my. Especially when it gets to 2 C words, crow, cocks, or cock crows, It's really cruel for a dyslexic, that kind of stuff. But we think, oh, that's, some story. But no, it's a story, but the life there is a teaching. It's the unfolding of the Spirit. It's a teaching of, you see it in yourself. You deny that Christ within many times every day.
Yeah.
We crucify it. We deny it. We push it away. We must push it away in order to be separate. Yeah. So, on one side, yes, in a relative way, that's part of what we can't lie to ourselves, right? We can't say, oh, just because I'm open, or even if one becomes really quite realized, it still doesn't mean that the world or everyone's going to love you. What it will mean is it won't matter. Because when you see through these deep core beliefs, right, that you were talking about earlier, when you look at them and you really see that, of course, a belief isn't just a belief, is it? The belief is just the beginning. The belief is something you inherit. It's like programmed like into a computer, right? It gets programmed into you through, who knows, past karma, present life. It's programmed into you, so there it is in your programming, in your karmic structure. And it's a deep unconscious belief, right, of not belonging, not deserving to belong. It's a thought, it's a belief, but the belief gets turned into emotion and very deep and profound feeling, doesn't it? I don't deserve to be here. It's not just a thought, is it? It's a very deep and very profound and embedded feeling and sensation in the body. If it was just a thought, then it could just flow away like a cloud. But we are also taught that the two places we look for what's true and real, is in our mind. What do I think? And what do I feel? And if what you think and what you feel tells you the same thing, you feel really stuck. If you have belief in your mind and you have the belief being duplicated in your body in painful emotions and sensations, those are the two places people go to tell them what's true. And that's why one gets stuck in these places, right? Until we look and we see, actually, all that is I'm experiencing is I'm experiencing this belief, this program in my mind. I've taken it to be true. I've been taught it was true. So in other words, I've been told something that's a lie. It's the transmission of ignorance, of misunderstanding. And because I believe it, whatever you believe, your body duplicates and turns into feeling.
But it may turn out to be true. I mean, you said I might get crucified.
But the crucifixion part isn't as important as the underlying belief structure that causes the fear about it. You've already been crucified. Like I said, you've killed yourself 100 times in a single day.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But
yes.
Fortunately, or unfortunately, the separate self, just like Jesus, has this amazing capacity to resurrect. Right? Ignorance, misunderstanding, illusion, it can just come right back out of nowhere. That old karmic pattern, boom, it just resurrects. And then you get to kill yourself again. And you feel terrible and ashamed and diminished and small and unworthy. And it's almost like you're dead, and then the belief will come back up and it'll say, well, hell, I can kill you again. So when you get underneath this, when you really start to see that all you're experiencing is a belief, this is the important thing, you see. That all you're experiencing is a belief. You're not experiencing reality. You're not experiencing life. You're experiencing a thought in your head that you've believed. It's a human thing, right? That's in your subconscious. And of course now it's not just in your subconscious, it's in your consciousness. Now you know it, which is to a great advantage. It's not hidden anymore. But when you really